मी म्यूट केलंय म्हणून आवाज येत नाहीये. 2-3 मिनिट आपण वाट बघणार आहोत आणि नंतर सेशन सुरू करणार. गुड इव्हनिंग ऑल ऑफ यू. आवाज येतोय व्यवस्थित? सम्यक? ओके. ओम, थँक्यू. थँक्यू प्रणव. उद्याचं सेशन सगळ्यात महत्वाचं असणार आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये थर्ड चॅप्टर तर असेलच, पण पहिल्या 2 चॅप्टर मधलेही काही पॉइंट जर राहिलेले असतील तर ते कव्हर करण्यात येणार आहे. आणि परवा तुमची एक्झाम आहे. उद्या आणखी एमसीक्यूचा एक व्हिडिओ मी टाकणार आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये थर्ड चॅप्टर राहील 80% आणि 20% सेकंड आणि फर्स्ट चॅप्टर मधले काही क्वेश्चन्स असतील तर ते पण त्याच्यामध्ये असणार आहे. याच्या बाहेरचं खूप काही येईल असं मला वाटत नाही. जे घेतलेलं आहे तेवढंच येऊ शकतं. ठीक आहे, सुरू करूया. व्हॉट इज नेम ऑफ सेकंड चॅप्टर? आवाज येत नाहीये. येतोय का आवाज? आवाज येतोय? सचिन, वैष्णवी. ओके. तुमच्याकडून काही नेटवर्क इश्यू असेल तर बघून घ्या एकदा. ओके. ओके, ओके. Second chapter is corrosion, its prevention and electrochemistry. This is the second chapter. Now, first question, very important question is, what is corrosion? Options are like decay or destruction of metal, which is the correct option. Decay or destruction of metal, it is known as corrosion. This is the key word for corrosion. Now, next is which are different types of corrosion. There are 2 types of corrosion. First one is atmospheric corrosion and second is immersed corrosion. Other name of atmospheric corrosion is direct chemical corrosion, which is also known as dry corrosion. Question is asked like this: atmospheric corrosion, it is also known as what? It is dry corrosion or direct chemical corrosion. Then second one is immersed corrosion, which is also known as wet corrosion because medium is required for immersed corrosion, or it is also known as electrochemical corrosion. These are 3 types of question. What is corrosion? That is decay or destruction of metal. Then atmospheric corrosion, it is known as direct chemical corrosion or dry corrosion. Then immersed corrosion, it is known as electrochemical corrosion or wet corrosion. Then atmospheric corrosion. First type is atmospheric corrosion. It is due to atmospheric conditions or atmospheric gases which are present around the metal, like oxygen, carbon dioxide, then sulfur dioxide. These are some gases which causes corrosion of metal. Then next and very important is there is formation of metal oxide film in atmospheric corrosion. Metal oxide film, it is divided into 3 types: stable, unstable and volatile. 3 types: stable, unstable and volatile. Examples are asked on these 3 types of metal oxide film. That means stable oxide film is present in which case or which in which metal. Unstable example, then volatile example. Stable oxide film, it is divided into 2 types: porous and non-porous. Porous, which is non-protective, that means there is pores on the oxide film, therefore it is non-protective. Example is alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. Then non-porous film example is aluminum. Then next is volatile film and unstable film. Unstable film is formed in case of gold, silver, and platinum. These are the three most important example for unstable film. And volatile film, the only example is molybdenum. In case of molybdenum oxide, volatile film is formed. Examples are very important in this metal oxide film formation. Now, next one is mechanism of atmospheric corrosion. In mechanism of atmospheric corrosion, there is formation of metal oxide. That means metal react with oxygen to form MO. Different types of oxides are formed. The second type of corrosion, it is the immersed corrosion, which is also known as electrochemical corrosion, or it is also known as wet corrosion. Then immersed corrosion is due to formation of first, that is galvanic cell, and second, that is concentration cell. Concentration cell and galvanic cell. What is galvanic cell? When two dissimilar metals come in contact with each other, then galvanic cell formation. Question may ask, if iron and copper is in contact with each other, which type of cell is formed? That there is formation of galvanic cell, because two different metals come in contact with each other. Then concentration cell, that means single metal, it is surrounded by a medium, liquid medium. It is the concentration cell formation. For example, metal bridge, it is surrounded by acidic river water. Then it is the formation of concentration cell. Then mechanism of immersed corrosion, it is by two different ways. First one is by evolution of hydrogen gas, and second is by absorption of oxygen gas. Listen carefully. By evolution of hydrogen gas, that means hydrogen gas get evolved when there is destruction of metal, or there is form absorption of oxygen gas when immersed corrosion occurs. In case of first mechanism, that is evolution of hydrogen gas, acidic medium must be present, then only hydrogen gas will evolve. Then in this case, most important part is anodes. These are the large surface areas, while cathodes are the small surface area. Listen carefully. When there is evolution of hydrogen gas, anodes, these are the bigger areas. That means that steel tank, it is act as anode, while cathodes are the smallest area. Copper plate or copper scrap, it is act as a cathode in the case of evolution of hydrogen gas. Now, second type of mechanism is by absorption of oxygen gas. In this case, cathodes are large areas while anodes are smallest area. This is the main difference between evolution of hydrogen gas and evolution of hydrogen gas and absorption of oxygen gas. This is main difference. Area of cathode and anode. In case of absorption of oxygen gas, anodes are formed by crack. Therefore, these are the smallest area. Then next one is pitting corrosion. How pitting corrosion is occurs? Well, this question may ask. Pits, that means holes. Holes or pits. If this is the keyword for pitting corrosion. Then crevice corrosion. Crevice, that means gap. When there is gap present between two surfaces, one surface may be metal and other surface may be metal or non-metal, then there is formation of crevice corrosion. Then waterline corrosion. Diagram questions may ask on these three topics: pitting corrosion, crevice corrosion, and waterline corrosion. Waterline corrosion is mainly when there is a line, for example, in case of ship, there is water line, and at the water line, there is a lot of corrosion take place. Then next one is factors that affect rate of corrosion. One question may ask on factors affecting atmospheric corrosion. There are three factors that affect atmospheric corrosion. First one is First is temperature, then impurities and moisture. Temperature, impurities, and moisture. With increasing all, atmospheric corrosion increases. This is very simple. Three factors that affect atmospheric corrosion. First one is temperature, moisture, second, then impurities, which are present in atmosphere. With increasing all, atmospheric corrosion increases. Then factors affecting immersed corrosion. This is very important point. Factors affecting immersed corrosion, which is also known as electrochemical corrosion or wet corrosion. Then factors affecting immersed corrosion. First is position of metal in electrochemical series. That means in electrochemical series, the metal present, if at the bottom of series, then it will act as cathode and it get protected. If it is present at the top of series, then it will act as anode and get corroded faster as compared to other metals. This is the first factor, position of metal in electrochemical series. Then second is pH value. You know pH scale, 0 to 14, it is the pH scale. From 0 to 6.9, the solution is acidic in nature. At 7, it is neutral. And from 7.1 to 14, the solution is basic in nature, or you may say alkaline in nature. With increase in acidity, with increase in acidity, rate of corrosion increases. With increase in basicity or alkalinity, rate of corrosion also increases. At neutral, rate of corrosion is very, very less. If pH is given, for example, pH of solution 1 is suppose 1.1 and pH of solution second is suppose 14, then what is the rate of corrosion? For acidic solution, that means when the pH having 1.1, rate of corrosion is higher than pH 14. This type of question may ask in examination. Then purity of metal. If the metal is pure, then rate of corrosion naturally decreases. Then solubility of corrosion product. If corrosion product is soluble, naturally rate of corrosion increases in this case. The nature of oxide film. The nature of oxide film, that means the whether the film is porous, non-porous, or volatile or unstable. Depending upon this nature of oxide film, rate of corrosion changes. That means rate of corrosion is more in case of volatile film. Rate of corrosion is more in case of porous film. Rate of corrosion is less in case of unstable film, that means gold, silver, and platinum. In this case, rate of corrosion is less, while in case of non-porous film, also rate of corrosion is less, for example, aluminium. Then physical difference in metallic surface. If there is physical difference between two metallic surface, then the upper part will act as cathode, while the lower part it is act as anode. This is the then differential aeration. It is also very similar to that of physical difference of metallic surface. If different air concentration is there, for example, if less oxygen concentration is there, then rate of corrosion is higher. If higher concentration of oxygen, rate of corrosion is less. That area will act as a cathode. Then protection of metal. How will you protect the metal from corrosion? First one is modification of environment. Modification of environment, it is done by de-aeration, deactivation, dehumidification, and then controlling external conditions. These are the four ways to modify the environment. Now, de-aeration, that means adjustment of temperature. Then deactivation, sodium sulfite. Sodium sulfite, it is used for deactivation. Then dehumidification, silica gel or alumina pouch. These are used for dehumidification, that means absorption of moisture which is present in the atmosphere. Then controlling external conditions, especially quinoline or cyanide, these are used for controlling external conditions. Then next is modification, two ways to modify the properties of metal which decrease the rate of corrosion. Then next and very important is electrochemical protection by impressed current cathodic protection. That means impressed current means external current is provided so that that metal will act as cathode and get protected. Then next is sacrificial anodic protection. This diagram question may ask or examples may ask on this topic. Sacrificial anodic protection. In this case, especially magnesium, zinc, aluminum, and their alloys are used as sacrificial anode, which is used to protect the steel machinery. This is naturally according to electrochemical series. This selection of anode is according to electrochemical series. Then next one is protection of metal by galvanizing and tinning. Galvanizing and tinning. Galvanizing, that means coating iron. Listen carefully. Coating iron by zinc. Coating iron by zinc. It is known as galvanizing, which is not used for storing foodstuff because foodstuff get poisonous when it come in contact with zinc. While second one is tinning. Tinning, that means coating again iron with tin. Melting point is also very important. For galvanizing, melting point is 419, while for tinning, melting point is 232. Then for tinning, tinning containers or tin containers, these are used for storing foodstuffs. Then also for medicines, kerosene container like this. This is the first part of second chapter, that is corrosion, its prevention. Now second part, yes, zinc is reactive, right? Zinc is reactive, coating mild steel, right? Lalit Aher. This is first part of second chapter, that is corrosion, its prevention. Second part of second chapter is electrochemistry. Is it okay up to this? Any question on corrosion and its prevention? ओके सगळं. काही विचारायचं असेल तर तुम्ही क्वेश्चन्स तुम्ही एनोड इज सॅक्रिफाईस राईट. काही क्वेश्चन्स असतील तर तुम्ही विचारू शकता. फर्स्ट चॅप्टर सेकंड चॅप्टरचा फर्स्ट पार्ट. प्रांजली आहेर, ओके, नो क्वेश्चन. तसे हा व्हिडिओ सेव्ह असणार आहे युट्यूबला. तुम्हाला हवा असेल तर तुम्ही परत पण तो बघू शकता. कोटिंग ऑन लेस ऍक्टिव्ह मेटल अँड मोर ऍक्टिव्ह मेटल. लेस ऍक्टिव्ह मेटल म्हणजे टिनिंग झालं आणि मोर ऍक्टिव्ह मेटल म्हणजेच गॅल्व्हनायझिंग आहे. प्रिव्हेन्शन. प्रिव्हेन्शनच्या ह्या सगळ्या मेथड्स आहेत आता ज्या सांगितल्या त्या, ते तुम्ही परत एकदा बघू शकता. क्रिव्हिस करोजन. क्रिव्हिस करोजन मध्ये तुम्हाला डायग्राम क्वेश्चन येऊ शकतो किंवा व्हॉट इज क्रिव्हिस करोजन? व्हेन देअर इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ गॅप बिटवीन metal part, one metal part must be there or other part may be metal or non-metal. Suppose it is plastic, cement, like this. When there is formation of gap between these two surfaces, there is formation of crevice corrosion. When there are pits are formed, pits or holes are formed on the metal surface, then there is formation of pit corrosion. And waterline corrosion, a water tank or ship diagram may be there. Pitting corrosion, that is formation of pits. एक्झामसाठी इम्पॉर्टंट चॅप्टर असं काहीच ऑनलाईनला सांगू शकत नाही, हे लक्षात घ्या. कारण ऑनलाईनला तुम्हाला कसेही क्वेश्चन शफल होऊन येऊ शकतात. म्हणजे कदाचित एखाद्या चॅप्टरवरचं म्हणजे 3 पैकी एखाद्या चॅप्टरवरचा एकही क्वेश्चन नाही राहणार असं पण होऊ शकतं. त्याच्यामुळे असं ऑनलाईन एक्झामला तरी असं वेटेज नसतं, की तुम्हाला सपोज फर्स्ट चॅप्टरला 9 मार्क्स आहेत, सेकंड चॅप्टरला 14 असेल, तर तसेच क्वेश्चन्स तुम्हाला येणार नाहीत, हे लक्षात घ्या. आणि ऑनलाईनला काहीच चॅलेंज नसतं. गॅल्व्हॅनिक सीरीजवर डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन नाही येणार तुम्हाला. हो, प्रत्येकाला वेगळे वेगळे क्वेश्चन्स असतात. म्हणजे काही क्वेश्चन्स रिपीट होऊ शकतात, पण सिक्वेन्स रिपीट नाही होणार 100%. सिक्वेन्स रिपीट 100% नाही होणार ऑनलाईन क्वेश्चन पेपरमध्ये. ओके, विल स्टार्ट विथ सेकंड पार्ट. Electrochemistry. First is that is the electrolyte, the substance which in aqueous solution or in fused state, aqueous solution or fused state liberate ion and allow electric current to pass through it. It is known as electrolyte. Then question HNO3H2SO4. Then strong base like NaOH, KOH. Strong salt like NaCl, KCl. Generally, these examples are given. Then next one is weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte, that means which do not ionize easily or feebly ionize. This is the keyword. These electrolytes feebly, that means less ionized in solution, and these are the uh, they are having low conductivity while strong electrolytes are having high conductivity. Examples are NaOH, sorry, NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide. It is the weak electrolyte. Then acetic acid, oxalic acid, carbonic acid. These are the weak acids. Then what is non-electrolyte? The substance which is non-conductor of electricity or which do not form ions in the solution. It is known as right. Aher Pranjali. Examples are good. Then next is uh, जे नवीन आहेत त्यांच्यासाठी हा व्हिडिओ सेव्ह असणार आहे, तुम्ही नंतर परत बघू शकता. अल्कोहोल इज इट इज ऑल्सो वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट, नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट सॉरी. एक्झाम्पल अल्कोहोल, petrol, oil, these are the non-electrolyte, example of non-electrolyte. Then what is electrolysis? इलेक्ट्रोलाइट आणि नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइटच्या एक्झाम्पलवर पण क्वेश्चन येऊ शकतो. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. इलेक्ट्रोलाइटमध्ये स्ट्रॉंग ऍसिड, स्ट्रॉंग बेस, स्ट्रॉंग सॉल्ट. वीक ऍसिड, वीक बेस, वीक सॉल्ट्स त्याचे एक्झाम्पल येतील. आणि नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइटमध्ये अल्कोहोल, पेट्रोल, ऑइल. दीज आर द एक्झाम्पल्स. Then electrolysis, the process of chemical decomposition. Decomposition, that means breaking up of the substance. Chemical decomposition of electrolyte by passage of electric current. That means external electric current is very important for electrolysis. This is the electrolysis. Then next is electrochemical cell. Electrochemical cell, that means electricity is generated by spontaneous chemical reaction. It is known as electrolytic cell. That means chemicals are very important for electrochemical cell. Then positive pole and negative pole, how you will identify? Positive pole, which is generally red in color, and negative pole, it is black or blue in color. Then next important point is electrode. What are the electrodes? These are metallic or non-metallic rods immersed in solution. They conduct electric current into and out of the solution. And generally, the question is asked: cations are attracted towards which electrode? Cations are attracted towards cathode. Anions are attracted towards anode. Cathode is connected. See, listen carefully. Cathode, it is connected to negative pole of battery. Anode, it is connected to positive pole of battery. And cations are attracted towards cathode. Anions are attracted towards anode. Then ionization. Ionization, that means breaking up of a substance to form ion. It is known as ionization. Dissociation, electrolytic dissociation, that means splitting up of electrovalent compound. Electrovalent compound must be there in contact with water or aqueous solution of electrovalent compound. Then there is formation of ion. It is known as electrolytic dissociation. Ionization and dissociation, it is very similar term. Then electrode potential. Three questions: electrode potential, oxidation potential, and reduction potential. In electrode potential, first one, loss and gain of electron, both. It is known as electrode potential. Then when there is loss of electron, it is known as oxidation potential. When there is gain of electron, it is known as reduction potential. Now, next one is mechanism of electrolysis. In mechanism of general mechanism of electrolysis, may ask or diagram is given. Identify the diagram, like whether it is electroplating or electrorefining or electrolysis. General electrolysis is cathode, it is connected to negative pole of battery. Anode, it is connected to positive pole of battery, and electrolyte is given. This is general mechanism of electrolysis. Then next one is applications of electrolysis. Two applications of electrolysis. One question may ask, which of the following is the application of electrolysis? Options are like this: tinning, galvanizing, then electroplating and electrorefining. These are the correct options. Uh, and all of the above, like this. Electroplating, coating of superior metal on base metal. It is known as electroplating, which is also known as electrocoating. Hmm? Generally, one example is a silver coating on iron spoon. These silver ions are deposited on which electrode? This question is asked. It is deposited on cathode, and at cathode, iron spoon is connected, which is coated by silver. Then electro refining. Refining, that is purification of metal by passing electric current. It is known as electro refining. Electro refining of blister copper for when copper it is used as electrical conductor. Then on this topic, that means on electro refining, the electrolyte contain what amount of H2SO4, what amount of CuSO4? This question is asked, and the correct answer is it contain 15%, 15% of copper sulfate and 5 to 10% of H2SO4. Listen carefully. 15% of copper sulfate and 5 to 10% of H2SO4. This is the composition of electrolyte which is used in electro refining process. Then copper, pure copper, it is deposited at cathode, while impure copper it is connected to anode. This is all about electro refining. Now next is classification of cell or electrochemical cell. Classification of electrochemical cell, that means chemicals generate electricity. It is known as electrochemical cell. There are two types of electrochemical cell: primary cell and secondary cell. Primary cell, it is also known as only cell. Secondary cell, it is known as battery. Then primary cell, it is light in weight, its life is short, then it cannot be recharged, like cell of remote control, uh, clock, etc. Then its reaction is irreversible. Example is dry cell and Daniel cell. Then next one is secondary cell. It is naturally heavier, like a battery of inverter, car battery. Then its life is longer. Then it can be recharged many times, and chemical reaction is reversible. Okay. And example of secondary cell is nickel cadmium cell, lead acid battery. Good. Then primary cell, Daniel cell. In Daniel cell, which of the following is primary cell? This question is asked, and Daniel cell or dry cell is given. Only two example, that is Daniel cell and dry cell. Mm, In Daniel cell, oxidation occurs at which electrode? At zinc, oxidation occurs, and at copper, reduction occurs. Listen carefully. In Daniel cell, oxidation at zinc and reduction at copper electrode. Then next is Faraday's first and second law. Before that, what is EMF of Daniel cell? It is 1.1 volt. EMF of, that is electromotive force of Daniel cell, is 1.1 volt. Then next is Faraday's first law and second law. In Faraday's first law and second law, first most important thing is, what is Faraday? What is 1 Faraday? 1 Faraday is 96,500 coulombs. 96,500 coulombs, not 96,500. Listen carefully. 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulombs. Options are like this: 9.600, 96.500, 9.6 only. But it is 96,500 coulombs. It is 1 Faraday. What is Faraday's first law? Weight of substance deposited is directly proportional to quantity of electricity passed. Quantity of electricity naturally in coulombs. Then second one is W is equal to ZCT. What is W? Weight of substance in gram. It must be in gram. If it is not in gram, convert it into gram. Then Z, that is electrochemical equivalent, which is the constant. Then C, it is current in ampere. It must be in ampere. T, it is time in second. If it is given in minutes or hours, you have to convert it into seconds. That means multiply it by 60 if it is in minutes. If it is in hour, then multiply into 60 into 60. This is Faraday's first law. W is equal to ZCT. Then Z is ECE, that is electrochemical equivalent. What is electrochemical equivalent? It is the weight of substance deposited when current of 1 ampere it is passed for 1 second. This is Z or ECE. And unit, very important, unit of Z is gram per coulomb. Unit of Z, it is gram per coulomb. Then what is Faraday's second law? Diagram may ask on this Faraday's second law. When same quantity of electricity is passed through different solutions connected in series, then the weight of substance deposited at respective electrode, that means at cathode a metal is deposited, it is directly proportional to equivalent weight of that substance. This is Faraday's second law. Then that is W1 upon W2 is equal to E1 upon E2. It is Faraday's second law. Then what is the relationship between Faraday's first and second law is chemical equivalent, that is equivalent weight, is equal to 96,500 into ECE, which is from the Faraday's first law. EC, that means Z, which is from Faraday's first law. CE is equal to 96,500 into EC. This is Faraday's second law. Some numericals may ask on this these two laws. See, weight must be in gram, current in ampere, time must be in second. If it is not in second, then convert it into second. Z, that is the ECE, or it is constant. Unit of Z is gram per coulomb. Then for Faraday's second law, W1 upon W2 is equal to E1 upon E2. It is the formula. Then relation between these two is chemical equivalent is equal to 96,500 into ECE. On this topic numericals may ask. Okay. आता काही क्वेश्चन्स आहे कोणाचे? सीई, दॅट मीन्स इक्विव्हॅलंट वेट और केमिकल इक्विव्हॅलंट. न्यूमरिकल्स आले तर एक दोनच येतील, एखाद दुसराच येईल आणि तो पण फॅराडेज फर्स्ट सेकंड लॉ वर येईल. ते तुम्ही बघू शकता. काही स्टँडर्ड आहेत ते 2-3च करून ठेवा. फिजिक्सची इम्पॉर्टंट बेसिक केमिस्ट्रीची प्लेलिस्ट आहे बघा. तुम्ही जेव्हा YouTube चॅनलवर जाल तर तेव्हा तुम्ही बेसिक केमिस्ट्रीची हे बघा प्लेलिस्ट. त्याच्यामध्ये मागच्या वर्षीचे 3 फिजिक्सचे व्हिडिओ आहेत आणि त्याच्यातलेच क्वेश्चन्स येऊ शकतील तुम्हाला. म्हणजे त्याच्यात तुम्हाला 20 पैकी किमान 15-16 क्वेश्चन्स तरी त्याच्यातले येऊ शकतील. ते एकदा बघून घ्या तुम्ही. बेसिक फिजिक्स एमसीक्यूज, इम्पॉर्टंट एमसीक्यूज ऑफ बेसिक फिजिक्स प्लेलिस्ट बेसिक केमिस्ट्रीचीच आहे, पण त्याच्यामध्ये फिजिक्सचे एमसीक्यूज आहेत. इम्पॉर्टंट असा कुठला चॅप्टर नाहीये. ऑनलाईनला असं नाही सांगू शकत की कुठला चॅप्टर इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. ओके, बघितले, काही जणांनी बघितलेले असतील फिजिक्सचे एमसीक्यूज वगैरे. फिजिक्समध्ये जनरली तुम्हाला टाइप्स ठरलेले असतात न्यूमरिकल्सचे. त्याच्यामध्ये फक्त नंबर्स वगैरे चेंज झालेले असणार आहे, बाकी काहीच होणार नाही. उद्याचं सेशन जास्त महत्वाचं राहणार आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये काही उरलेलं असेल फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड चॅप्टरचं, ते पण घेणार आहे आणि आपण थर्ड चॅप्टर घेणार आहे. ऍप्लिकेशन्स नाही विचारत डॅनियल सेलचे. फॉर जनरेशन ऑफ एनर्जी, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी. अजून काही क्वेश्चन्स आहेत कोणाचे? फोर्टी क्वेश्चन्स जे आहेत ते तुम्हाला 40 सॉल्व्ह केल्यानंतर ते 35 काउंट होणार आहेत तुमचे क्वेश्चन्स. 96,500 कुलम्स, बरोबर. फिजिक्सच्या एमसीक्यूचं ना मी लिंक टाकते. फिजिक्सच्या एमसीक्यूची लिंक मी डिस्क्रिप्शन मध्ये टाकेल उद्याच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये. ती लिंक बघून घ्या तुम्ही. फिजिक्सचे जेवढे व्हिडिओज आहेत किंवा मॅथ्सचे पण आहेत, मॅथ्सचे पण तुम्हाला लिंक टाकून देते. फिजिक्सचे जे आहेत ना न्यूमरिकल्स ते तुम्ही त्याच्यातच बघून घ्या. कारण आता फिजिक्सचं माझं खूप असं सांगता नाही येणार मला आता. Ionization, that means simply formation of ions. That means breaking up of substance to form ion. Like water, it form H plus and OH minus ion. Okay? Is it okay? No doubt. कालचा एम-सी-क्यूचा व्हिडिओ, त्याच्यानंतर कालचा लाईव्हचा व्हिडिओ, आज सकाळचा एम-सी-क्यूचा व्हिडिओ, आजचा लाईव्हचा व्हिडिओ, उद्या एक एम-सी-क्यूचा व्हिडिओ आणि लाईव्हचा व्हिडिओ. एवढं केलं की तुम्हाला भरपूर मार्क्स मिळतील आणि फिजिक्सची मी लिंक टाकणार आहे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्समध्ये उद्या. एम-सी-क्यूचा व्हिडिओ टाकल्यानंतरच मी ती लिंक टाकून देईल. हो. लास्ट इयरचे व्हिडिओज तुम्ही बेसिक केमिस्ट्रीची जी प्लेलिस्ट बघाल ना, तर त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला ते सगळं मिळेल. प्लेलिस्टमध्ये बघा, प्लेलिस्ट बघता येते ना तुम्हाला. नोटबुक नाही तुम्हाला अलाऊ करणार, पण तुम्ही नोटबुक म्हणजे असं घेऊन नाही बसू शकत तुम्ही, पण मग तुम्ही सॉल्व्ह करू शकता. कॅल्सी तर अलाऊच आहे. 10 मार्क्सला पासिंग आहे तुम्हाला. आउट तुम्हाला 40 मध्ये पास व्हायचंच नाही. ॲक्चुअली हा 70चा रिझल्ट असणार आहे. लक्षात घ्या. 28 मार्क्स लागणार तुम्हाला. 70 मध्ये कन्व्हर्ट होणार आहे हे सगळे. ओके. मॅथ्सचे पण व्हिडिओ आहेत ते तुम्ही बघून घ्या. मागच्या वर्षी खूप मुलांना मदत झालेली आहे आणि सिलेबस तोच आहे त्याच्यामुळे फार काही बदलेल असं वाटत नाही मला. हो, मॅथ्सला रफ पेजेस यूज करू शकतात तुम्ही. मी चांदवड पॉलिटेक्निकला आहे. चांदवड नाशिक जिल्ह्यामध्ये आहे आणि फर्स्ट इयरचं केमिस्ट्री, ॲप्लाइड केमिस्ट्री, त्याच्यानंतर एन्व्हायर्नमेंट मॅनेजमेंट हे माझे सब्जेक्ट आहेत. फिजिक्सचे तुम्हाला 20 क्वेश्चन असणार आहे आणि केमिस्ट्रीचे 20 क्वेश्चन असणार आहेत. फॅरेडेज लॉवर एक्झाम्पल जे आहेत ना, मी तुम्हाला मगाशी सांगितलं तसे टिपिकल एक्झाम्पल करून ठेवा. खूप डिटेलिंग नाही विचारणार. फक्त बघून घ्यायचं की टाईम सेकंड्समध्ये आहे का? नसेल तर तो कन्व्हर्ट करायचा. जनरली वेट ग्रॅममध्येच दिलेलं असतं. करंट अँपिअरमध्येच असतो. त्याच्यामुळे इतका काही प्रॉब्लेम येणार नाही. युनिट्स लक्षात ठेवायचे. युनिट ऑफ झेड इज ग्रॅम पर कुलम. मॅथ्ससाठी लाईव्ह नाही घेणार आहे मी. मी जे क्वेश्चन घेतले ते जनरली येतातच, हे लक्षात घ्या. याच्या बाहेरचं येण्याची शक्यता 1 किंवा 2%च आहे. म्हणजे आत्तापर्यंत जेवढे सेशन्स मी घेतलेले आहेत, अप्लाइड सायन्ससाठी किंवा बेसिकसाठी, तर त्याच्याने आउट ऑफ मार्क्स मुलांना मिळालेले आहेत. ओके. मेकॅनिझम ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस डायरेक्ट नाही विचारणार तुम्हाला. Cathode is connected to which pole of battery, anode is connected to which pole of battery, then cations goes to which pole, whether cathode or anode. असे काही क्वेश्चन्स येऊ शकतात किंवा डायग्राम येऊ शकते आयडेंटिफिकेशनला. डिसोसिएशन ते मी सांगितलेलं आहे. तुम्ही परत एकदा व्हिडिओ बघा. स्ट्रीमिंग संपल्यानंतर मी व्हिडिओ अपलोड करणार आहे. ओके. इज इट ओके? Okay, thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow at 9. Last session.